What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I am back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 17, Episode 4 and 5. And can I tell you something? Why is Gina here? Y'all, I'm about sick of Gina. I'm going to tell y'all about it in just a few seconds. But let's get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force. Yeah, blessing the reap and we coursing on.
All right, y'all. So I didn't get to do my recap on episode 4. So I'm just kind of going to breeze past that because really a lot of the things that happened in episode 4 set us up for episode 5. So in episode 4, we're introduced to Annabelle again, Emily's daughter. She's going to be getting into some modeling, and then we have all the ladies gathering to get together because Tamra is putting together a trip for them to go and do some sort of camping or outdoorsy type of trip because that's just what she likes to do. And it's her birthday. They're going to be celebrating her birthday. So Gina is being very weird because Jen, the new girl that's a part of the group that is Tamra's friend, her relationship with Ryan, her boyfriend, is very weird. So to Gina, because apparently it's come out and Jen has been honest about it. The fact that she literally fell out of love with her husband, got very smitten with Ryan before her and her husband actually got divorced. So she was emotionally having a relationship with Ryan. They weren't physical yet, but she still considers it cheating because they had an emotional relationship behind her husband's back. So I'm just trying to constantly figure out why this has anything to do with Gina. Like Gina literally gets physically sick thinking about it with this whole situation with Jen, because I guess it gives her flashbacks of what happened with her ex-husband, but her ex-husband Matt, which is the father of her children. And my thing is, girl, you should be long gone and over that at this point. You now have a whole new boyfriend, a whole new relationship. You've been with this guy for, I think her current boyfriend, she's been with him for at least 2 or 3 years now. So it's like, girl, you got to let that go. Matt has a whole nother girlfriend now. Like, move on with your life. Like, she gets physically emotional about this stuff, and then she'll call him, her boyfriend, talking about it. And it's just not healthy. So we see Tamra, Jen, and Heather at the store. They're getting clothes together for this trip that they're going on, because again, this is going to be like, outdoorsy. So they're getting some cowgirl stuff and some boots and all this, that, and the third. And can I tell you something? I love me some Heather. A lot of people don't like Heather because she just bougie and all this, that, and the third. But Heather is one of the, I will say this, Heather is one of the only WP women that I have seen that has aged gracefully. Like, she really is aging very, very well. And it doesn't, even though her husband is a plastic surgeon, I don't see her getting all the, like, maybe she's getting some Botox or whatever, but her face isn't all pumped up. And I can tell that she hasn't had a whole lot of surgery. Like, Heather is naturally beautiful. Like, she really, really is. Her body looks good. I don't know if she's had any liposuction or anything, but I think that she really does take good care of herself and exercises and eats well. So kudos to Heather. I like Heather, and I love the fact that she is a rich snob. And she doesn't give me rude and rich. You know what I mean? Which I like that about her. But anyway, moving on. Tamra is rallying up all the ladies. Everybody is finding clothing to wear for this event. And Shannon is having a conversation with some of the ladies behind the scenes where she feels like, you know what, Tamra wants everybody to come on this trip, and, we're all going to have such a good time, and she wants to move forward. But Shannon is like, you know what, Tamra, I get it that you want to be cool, and we kind of slip back into us being cool and having fun and laughing and really enjoying each other. But I don't want to brush under the rug that you really made me look terrible in the media. Like she said, you were like Tamara said in the media constantly how terrible of a friend Shannon was, just basically trashing her every chance she got publicly. And Shannon is like, listen, I don't like that. Like, I love you and all, and it's easy for us to slip back into that same mode that we were in before, where we're the best of friends. And I do miss you, but I do need to check you for doing that because that was messed up. And I only retaliated and reacted to the things that you had already previously put out there. So they did have a conversation and end up, Tamara apologized, and she wholeheartedly took it away and said, you know what, I was just angry. I was going through a lot and I was really taking it out on you. And I am so truly sorry. Because I think that Tamara realized that Shannon is not going to give her the back and forth that she's looking for. Tamara likes to create a lot of turmoil on this show. She likes to go back and forth with people, argue, yell, and scream, and act like a damn fool. And she's just not going to get that out of Shannon. Shannon is like, you know what? I am Yoda to the BS. Okay, I ain't got time. Nope. I'm not bending over backwards for it. I ain't gonna stand tall for it. I'm letting it go. That's what I'm gonna do. So, Heather and Terry are talking about the kids and them moving out and how she really wants to get further into her acting career because now that the kids are gone, it's like now it's just going to be them two. So it's like they're going to spend more time with each other, and it's really going to be more of them exploring their relationship with one another. And she really wants to get back into her career because she's wondering she's at that crossroads where she's wondering whether it's too late or not. So moving on, then we have Taylor and Tamara meeting up. So speaking of Heather, Taylor has some stick up her butt about this whole situation with Heather helping her on this show that she's trying to get on. And then Heather is supposed to have a role in the show because Taylor recommended her. And but they're going to ask Heather to do an audition tape. Typically, when you have a good rap sheet of shows that you've done, your IMDb basically speaks for itself for your talent. But apparently, they weren't impressed by it. So Taylor and Tamara were sitting at the table having a little kiki about it. And Tamara was like, oh, she didn't really do a lot of shows. She didn't do this. And they actually asked me to be on Malibu Country, too. It was a whole thing one season where one of the other girls that was on the show, and apparently now Tamara was asked to be on Malibu Country, which is a show that Heather had a reoccurring role on for several episodes. So Tamara goes through and she being shady, talking about, oh, she really hasn't done very much. Like, oh, this is like from the 90s. Like basically making this, she was like, oh, this is like from the 1900s. Trying to make it seem like Heather's career is very old and she hasn't done anything recently and just basically diminishing her accomplishments. And I'm like, Tamara, this is supposed to be your friend and you over here being shady. So Taylor wasn't really being shady towards Heather. She was just like confused that they were asking Heather to do an audition tape. And typically she feels like somebody with Heather's pedigree shouldn't have to do something like that. But she did feel like Heather was snubbing her a bit and was acting like she was better than her when they were doing the practicing session, which I don't really think that Heather was doing that. Heather really don't even know you like that. And she still came over to support you. I just feel like people be wanting to try to find a reason to be mad at Heather. They just hating on her and jealous because she got money and a jet. But anyway, moving on, Tamara is shady. And I wouldn't trust Tamara as far as I can throw her behind. So moving on, all the ladies get together and they all rally up to go on this trip. So they get on down to the trip, but before everybody is going to the air, I don't know if they went to the airport or what to go here. Let me see, y'all. I'm trying to look right now. I don't know how they traveled there. But anyway, Emily is not going to be able to go because she has the C-19. Okay. So she, they did fly there. they flew there. So Gina is disappointed because now she not gonna have Emily to snuggle with and be in the room with her, and basically she not gonna have Gina to hide behind from the other lady. She's actually gonna have to make a genuine connection with everybody, and she gonna have to pretend like she like Heather for a couple of days because Heather is really the only one that really pays her any attention. So Jen is now there, Tamra's friend. She talking to her boyfriend, everybody picking out rooms and whatnot. So that night, they all get together and they're drinking and dancing and having a good old time. Heather, no, Tamra and Shannon. Shannon ends up leaving the table. Okay. So they have dinner and everything. Shannon says she wasn't feeling well, so she left the table. But she actually went to go and put on some costume outfit. And she was there waiting in the saloon when the ladies decided to come in. Shannon is good for a good little funny moment here and there. Like when she gets into her whole character and whatnot, she is in it to win it. So they all are sitting around talking. All the other ladies end up going to bed. But there was a altercation prior to this with Taylor and Heather where they got mad at each other over the whole IMDb situation. It came out basically Tamra was trying to create drama, and Taylor is looking at Tamra like, well, you was the one that was talking smack. Why are you blaming it on me? So she brings it up, basically trying to tell Heather that Taylor was making fun of Heather's acting career. And Heather was like, I've had an extensive acting career, and I think that that's really messed up where I'm at a crossroads in my life. And I'm sharing with you that I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my acting career as my children are growing up. And then you sitting up here making a mockery of my career. So her and Taylor squash it and move on. But then when they go back to the table, it's like Tamra is trying to hype it up some more. And Taylor is like, Tamra, I feel like you're trying to stab me in the back. Like, I don't appreciate that. So they go in the bathroom and Taylor is like, you did say what you like. No, they go, Heather and Tamra go in the bathroom. So Heather asked Tamra, did you make a mockery of my career? Did you say anything remotely negative about my acting career? And Tamra lies and says, no, she didn't. But Taylor out there told Heather, she was like, Tamra was the one that was making fun of your career, not me. I was saying that with your extensive career, I didn't understand why they needed an audition tape for you to be on the show. Like, I felt like you already have the chops to do it. But Tamra was the one talking about your career dates back to the 1900s. I didn't say that. So that just boils over. And I think Heather was just really mad because at this point, she's feeling disrespected and she's feeling like I took my time out to come and be a supportive friend to you. And Tamra is my friend. I don't have any reason to believe that she would try to do something like that to me. So I have to take her word for it. But Tamra, you sitting up here lying. You do know that they're going to play the show back. And she's going to see that you're lying. Like, but Heather, you should have known better. You should have known that Tamra is going to do whatever she can do to make herself remain relevant on this show. It just is what it is. Okay. So y'all, that's basically how episode 4 went on. That's most of the highlights from that show, that episode. So then we move into episode 5, where this is where it begins, where they're still having this discussion with Heather. Heather goes, like I said, goes into the bathroom to talk to Tamra. And then this is the episode where it starts into Shannon and Tamra horse playing, laughing with each other and whatnot. And, you know, Shannon is just like, listen, I get it. I love you. I love you. But like, I really don't appreciate what you did. And, you know, how do we move forward? Because I don't want to keep on spiraling and we're going back and forth with all this stuff. So this is when Tamra apologizes to Shannon for all the stuff that she said in the media. So in another scene, Jen calls Ryan, and Ryan answers, her boyfriend Ryan, and he answers the phone in the dark. I'm like, what is he doing? Maybe he don't have no clothes on and he didn't want the camera to see. I don't know what Ryan is doing. Child, Jen, don't trust Ryan. I wouldn't trust Ryan as far as I can throw him. So then Tamra begins to, in the next scene, everybody's getting up and they're calling their significant others, talking to people on the phone and whatnot. And Gina is still having issues with the whole, she's talking to Emily and she's having a problem with Jen. I'm like, Gina, you got to let this whole Jen situation go, because at the end of the day, Jen didn't cheat on you. Matt did. And really, what Jen does has nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. And even Gina and Jen actually had a conversation where she pulled Jen to the side. And Jen was like, you know what? I'm sorry that you feel uncomfortable about my situation. But at the end of the day, it's not my job to make you feel comfortable, because my life has nothing to do with you. And I agreed with Jen saying that, because Gina has to let it go. And she just walks off crying and carrying on and just in a tizzy. And she goes to call her boyfriend to talk about it. And Heather tells her, do not call him talking about this stuff. Like, this is crazy. You can't keep involving him in this, and you have to find a way to heal. Like, this is a team entirely too much. Sorry, y'all, I get thirsty during these reviews, and this is my third one today. Okay. So moving on. This is all a conversation that they've had after they've done all these outdoor activities and whatnot. They done rode some horses and done all the activities, child. It's just a lot. So moving on, I'm trying to get to the next part. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. So Heather is basically trying to talk Gina off the ledge and stop her from doing this BS. Here's my thing. Let me just say this. Gina, do you still want to be with Matt? Because that would be the only reason why I would think that you would have remotely any feelings about this situation. Like, this is none of your business. It has nothing to do with you. Jen has absolutely nothing to do with you and your current situation or what happened with you and Matt. That was a very tumultuous situation that Gina went through with Matt. It absolutely was. But either you need to get some therapy or find your own healing, because it has nothing to do with Jen. Gina just really gets on my nerves. And honestly, if I'm being real honest, she don't deserve to be here. Like, she doesn't. She's not the rich and famous. She's not the financially elite. She's causing unnecessary drama, for real, for real. And it's just like, I'm over it. So then back at home, we see Emily is with her family. I actually love that Emily and Shane are getting along a lot better. I think that Shane, his actual mood is better, because I feel like his ego has been bruised for so long because he couldn't pass that bar exam. But now he's working and actually working in the law like how he wanted to. He's fulfilling his destiny. And I feel like Emily was working all that time. Like, she was a lawyer, and I think she worked for a practice for a really long time, and she was party planning. So I'm confused as to what Emily does now. Is she just really like a full-on housewife? And how this, like, is she not using her degree at all, her law degree at all? Like, I don't know what they got going on, but whatever. I guess it's working for Shane, child, because Shane is not being a blazing fool anymore. So moving on, Tamra is conjuring up, back at the trip, Tamra is conjuring up some more drama, okay? Tamra begins to, here's the scene where she's apologizing, and her and Shannon decide to move on forward. I think we done talked about that 3 times now. But yeah, I'm glad that Shannon and Tamra have decided to move on, because I just really didn't want to see them feuding over and over again throughout the season. So moving on, now Tamra wants to tell everybody behind the scenes about apparently potentially some woman that Jen's boyfriend Ryan was sleeping with. Apparently Ryan slept with one of Tamra's friends, right? And Ryan made a comment that when he came into Tamra's gym, because Jen and Ryan met at Cut Fitness. So apparently he came in there and pointed at Tamra to one of the, while talking to one of the other people at the gym, and said, I'm going to F her. And they were like, no, you're not. That's the owner of the gym's wife. Like, she's the owner of the gym, and she's married to the other owner. And he was like, so I'm going to get her. And I'm like, I don't know if Ryan really said that. But listen, here's the thing. If Ryan is a douche like that, that is for Jen to figure it out. I don't know why y'all are so concerned with what Jen is doing and what Jen is thinking. It's just really not that serious. It really, really isn't. So then, Tamra begins to perpetuate this whole rumor about uh the guy Ryan cheating on Jen potentially. And Jen is just like, of course, that's something that she worries about because everybody is always talking about how much of a player Ryan is and whatnot. But she can only go off of what their relationship looks like. And I just feel like Tamra should mind her business. Like Tamra is just scraping and surviving on this show. She was like, y'all will not fire me again. Okay. So then they're all standing around talking, and Tamra is talking about the whole situation with this potential cheating scandal. And Jen is like, no, that's not true, Tamra. He didn't sleep with so and so. And then Gina gets all caught up in her feelings, and she's like, so you guys were cheating. Like, I just can't be around this. She's doing too much. I'm like, girl, why are you so invested in what these people are doing in their relationships? Just mind your business. You and Travis are happy. Why are you worried about Jen and her husband, her ex-husband? Her ex-husband has moved on. Jen has moved on. Like, and if it doesn't work out with Ryan, that's something that Jen has to live with. Okay? Her deciding to cheat with Ryan or do whatever she was doing with him, that is none of your business, Gina. I'm so tired of her. So Heather is like, Gina runs off crying because she's so upset. And she's literally shaking. She's so upset over this situation. Like she's acting as if Jen is mad and she's cheating on her. I'm like, girl, this is just not normal and it's not weird. If Shannon can be around this lady and she's okay with it, you can be okay with it. Okay? Period. And Jen has made it very clear that it's not my problem to make you feel good about me. Like, I don't have anything to do with you. And Shannon even said, she was like, yeah, Gina has a lot of healing to do. I don't know, it doesn't bother me to be around Jen and what she's doing. And I ultimately went through a lot with my husband too, but I'm healed. I've moved past that. She's in a great relationship with her boyfriend, John. She ain't thinking about her ex-husband. Apparently Gina still is. So Heather goes running out. Heather is like, you know what? I understand how Gina feels. Like, I would hate if Terry did something like that to me. But I'm like, y'all can't sit up here and blame this lady for a decision that she made. You weren't in her marriage. You weren't in her relationship. Like, women get unhappy in relationships too. Women can grow apart from these men too. Sometimes men take work over their home life. I don't know if that's what her husband was doing and she wasn't feeling attended to or loved. And the fact that he was working for her, he works for her family business. It's like men have this whole mindset of, I'm bringing home the bacon, you just fry it up and make the kids, and you should be happy because you can buy whatever you want and we live a lavish lifestyle. Some women, that's not enough. That's not all that they're looking for. They actually want companionship. So Gina runs off to go and call her boyfriend Travis, to go on and on and on about how upset Jen is making her because she's a cheater and a liar and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, Jen has not lied to you. She's been very honest about her infidelity in her relationship, and you just are way too involved with it. It's team entirely too much. And I think you really need to mind your business. But I did think, on the side note, Shannon, it was really, really funny. Shannon, homegirl, couldn't even get out of her damn pants. So they had to cut her belt open and cut her they had to cut her pants belt loops so that she could pee. Like, she had to pee real bad and couldn't get the belt out of her pants so that she could go pee. But I thought that was really hilarious. So yeah, the show ends with Gina being talked off the ledge by Heather. and Heather telling her, you really need to get into some therapy and get this handled. And you do not talk to Travis about this. This is team too much. And this is not what you want to be talked. Like, this is going to make Travis feel devalued. Like, if you're constantly talking to him about your ex-husband, like, that doesn't look good. It really doesn't. Like, it gives off you're not over it. So you need to go and talk to somebody to figure out what exactly is triggering you right now. And why aren't you over it? Why can't you move forward? But y'all, Real Housewives of Orange County is giving me a little cackle. I like the show. I really do. I like the ladies. I'm excited for New York City to come on soon. I'm really interested in those ladies just to kind of see, how those dynamics are with I saw the show Sonya and Countess Luann had that came on Sunday night. I think it came on into the place of Summer House Martha's Vineyard, because that's over now. Which I will do my Summer House Martha's Vineyard recap tomorrow, y'all. It's old, but hey, I just want to finish it out. So in the spirit of getting things done, I will do that video tomorrow. But yeah, the show with Sonya and Luann, I was just like, this is something to watch, but it ain't really nothing to really talk about. But I want to see the real New York reboot, because I think it would be nice to see some young, fresh energy in New York. Like Luann and Sonya and Ramona and Bethany and all the ladies, they all did a great job. But it's like, how many times do we really want to see Ramona and Sonya wetting themselves in their Depends and fighting over rooms, and then see Dorinda yelling at people? And it was just a lot. Like, it's time to move on. I would love to still see the Countess Sonya and Luann on my Luann, Sonya, and Ramona on my TV screen for something. Maybe they can make a show with just the three of them, because they were very entertaining. But I don't think they really need to be housewives anymore. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching. This has been my review for the Real Housewives of Orange County. I'm loving the season so far. I can't wait to see what it produces for the next couple of episodes. But I really just, Tamra, y'all didn't have to bring her back, and get rid of Gina. Let's get rid of her and bring some people on that really have some money that can really contribute to the show. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching Orange County too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.